this is going to be an interesting video. So a few days ago, I received a message from someone, and I have these haters and they come and go once in a while, and, they curse me and they send me these like weird ass emails and messages. I can't even tell you. But a few days ago, I received this message and, I think we should talk about it. And she claims to be a priestess of the Divine Mother, right? At least I think it's a she. But what she sent was not love. It was hatred. It was a curse. It was an attempt to project her darkness in the name of the Divine Mother herself. So at first, it shook me because, these people are like, they shake you up sometimes. They're like just something is really wrong with these kind of people. And to the point that, when I'm feeling their energy, like they don't feel like actual human beings. They feel completely demonic. They feel, like an NPC sort of thing. So you can feel it when someone throws like venom at you like that, especially me, like I'm super sensitive. No one can hurt me. I'm not afraid of like them hurting me, but it just feels shitty. Especially when they use these sacred language, right? And like a pretty spiritual language to do that. But, as I sat with it, I realized something very deep was happening. And I think that this is a great opportunity to talk about this because this is a very important topic. Obviously, this wasn't about me, right? She doesn't hate me. She doesn't even know me. But this was a revelation. This was a clear example of how dark forces hijack sacred symbols and sacred words and sacred meanings. How they wear the face of the divine feminine while acting in complete opposition to her actual essence. So I'm making this video to speak about this distortion, the corruption of the mother's image, and why it's so important right now to reclaim her true vibration. Because the real Divine Mother doesn't curse, she creates. She doesn't destroy her daughters, she awakens them. I did a video about curses, right? And so I never curse anyone. Even those I really want to, I never curse anyone because I actually know magic and I know that if I curse someone, it's going to come back 10 times to me and it's going to create distortion and it's not going to bring any light into the world. And the whole point of my being is to bring light into the world. Which is again, why the shadow forces block me, try to hurt me, try to send people into my life to hurt me because they can't really hurt me directly. They can never actually do it, but they try. So a part of my role as a priestess walking this path is to expose where the sacred has been inverted and to remind people that light magic is not loud. It's not cruel and it's not punishing. It's rooted in love, in clarity and sovereignty, and above all, in truth, because we cannot have love without truth. I'm gonna say it again. What happened to me is not unique. Every woman who rises in light eventually meets the shadow that tries to silence her. Also from other women. It's not just men. You will be surprised how many women live in the shadow, in the dark masculine, and actually serve demonic entities, thinking that they are priestesses and thinking that they are light and love. It's absolutely, it's really disgusting. So the lesson is not to hide, right? Because all like these dark forces, when she did that to me, and she also claimed to be a part of a coven, and they're all putting a curse on me, and horrible. I mean, I didn't want to like post her emails. Like I posted a little bit. I posted like screenshots of a couple of her first emails. It was so ridiculous. I didn't want to post all of it because it was so dark. And she's obviously a pro-Palestinian, and I'm not going to sugarcoat this. Pro-Palestinians today are zombies. They are mostly NPCs. They have no mind of their own. And so I wasn't surprised, right? She called me a dirty Zionist or something like that. Again, not knowing what the word actually is. This is another example of using spells, distorting language, and not understanding what it means. Because, and if we're going to open it up, let's open it up. The word Zionist literally means a person who believes in the right for Jewish people to exist in their homeland, Israel. Zion is another name for Jerusalem. And that's all it means. But again, the dark forces, because they want to demonize Jews, like they've been doing in every fucking generation, they want you to believe that the word Zionist is this dirty word for like someone who's really evil and cruel. It's not. I am the most light and love person that I know. I'm fucking badass and I will battle every demonic entity there is. But all I am here is to create light in the world and truth. So I am a very proud Zionist. Yes, absolutely. So, and I'm not going to hide it, and I'm not going to, I wear my Star of David with pride, and it's not about religion. I think all religions has to fall. Being a Jew is in our blood. It's a tribe that is here to hold the codes of truth. I keep repeating it in the last 2 years in all of my videos. So going back to this saga, to this story. So again, every woman that rises in light and in her power in this world actually will eventually meet the shadows that try to silence her, also from other women. But the lesson isn't to hide, like I said, is to rise in truth and use your voice even more. So in this video, I want to share what this experience taught me, how dark forces try to mimic the face of the mother, and how we can each embody her real power, the kind that heals, protects, and brings creation back into harmony. So the Divine Mother's energy is creation. It is nourishment. It is renewal, not destruction or punishment or cruelty. Anyone invoking her to curse another person like this person did to me is working from distortion, is not working from truth. She's absolutely demonically possessed. And if she is working with a coven, I'm very sorry for all these people. They're gonna a lot of karma is coming their way. Not for me. I don't have to do anything, but I'm just saying. So what I've seen and what this attack made very crystal clear is that the image of the Divine Mother has been hijacked, and it's been hijacked since the beginning of time, really. Not only by men, but also, unfortunately, women. And that's what really breaks my heart, because when men hijack it and destroy it, we already know it. But when women do it, it's just, fuck. So there are forces that use her name, her symbols, even her tenderness, but they twist it. And because that's what black magic does. It takes the light, because it doesn't have any light of its own, and it distorts it. They turn nurturing into control. They turn boundaries into punishment. They turn protection into domination. They distort truth in any way that will fit their narrative and shadow story that their mind formed, right? So I literally, like this person, by the way, you know what? This is one example. She sent me an image from my book, one of my books, and she kind of circled it and wrote "fuck you," and she circled like the most beautiful, empowering sentence that I wrote to women. And so it just shows you that when someone has a shadow and a demonic shadow in their head, they are going to project anything on you. Even if you say, I love you, they're going to hear, I hate you. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter who I am, what I do, what I say. It doesn't really matter. She already projected her shadows onto me. That's that. Like nothing's going to help it. So, and I'm not the only one. This is happening all the time. This is why I'm sharing this story, because those of you who really are here as the chosen ones and doing light work, you're going to come up with this shit. These kind of people are going to attack you. So you need to know how to handle that, and also not be afraid of it, because it's really dumb. So they distort truth in any way, again, that will fit their narrative and their story that they created in their shadow mind. And the saddest part is that some even believe that they're serving the mother. Like she actually, like from her words and her emails, she actually believes that she's like a servant of the divine feminine. Oh my God. But the real Divine Mother doesn't need soldiers. She births protectors of light and creators. She births people who speak the truth. She doesn't need obedience. She awakens sovereignty. The false mother energy is built on guilt and fear. And we've seen it all throughout history. It says, if you disobey me, you'll be cursed. If you don't follow my path, you will be punished. If you don't fit my narrative and story, I will demonize you and make you an enemy. We see it all. Guys, I've been dealing with this my whole life. Even from people in my life, right? Like men that I've dated, men that I've loved, like they demonized me and turned me into a demon because they could not handle the light that I brought them. And friends and sisters and people, and it's sad and it breaks my heart every time, but it's not going to hurt me. And it's actually going to make me stronger and more committed to my path and who I am, and help me expand more light. But the true mother, she says, if you forget me, I'll still love you until you remember. That's what the true mother does. So that's the difference. The true mother operates from love so pure that it liberates your spirit, your heart, your mind, your soul. The false mother image in people who serve the dark operates from distortion so deep that it has to manipulate and hurt others. because these people are very much afraid. So when people channel the mother through unhealed wounds, when jealousy, rage, or superiority drive them, right? And funnily enough, like she blamed me for feeling superior, which is so not me for those who know me, because that's what she's feeling. That's what she's experienced, is because she's in the shadow. So that channel, right, gets hijacked by dark forces that mimic the light. They actually pretend to be light. That's why you see so many spiritual teachers and spiritual people that they pretend to be the light. They mimic the light. They play out to be the light. They have this beautiful persona, but they're actually embodying the shadows and the dark. So they use the mother's name as a weapon, and that's not divine. That is inversion magic, and that is very dangerous. So this is what's happening all over the world right now. There's sacred archetypes being used for ego, religion, or control instead of awakening by, again, the dark forces. Even governments, we see it everywhere. We see the inversion magic everywhere. Again, it's not new. It's been going on for forever. And every priestess, every conscious woman, right now especially, is being asked to see through that illusion and remember what's real. Because if you are a real light worker, you are going to serve truth and light. Light equals truth. That's all it is. It's not this fluffy thing, oh, let me do some yoga and go to a festival. That's cute. It's fun. But it's not what light is. Light is serving truth. And this is why I'm here being a fucking light worker talking about demonic forces for years. Because I am here to shed light on the darkness, on the truth, so that we can liberate ourselves as humanity. Trust me, this is not easy, the path that I chose. Also because I have to deal with all these idiots once in a while that write me the most horrific things. So, but again, I laugh about it now. I mean, this doesn't even do it. It's kind of cool because when I got this attack from this person, I kind of noticed, oh, it doesn't even affect me like like it used to be. So thanks for that. Okay. So now, how do we know which is which? How can we distinguish between someone who is truly embodying the mother or faking it? The true vibration of the Divine Mother can always be felt through the body, not the mind. When she moves through you, there is peace, even in power. You breathe slow, your heart softens, your nervous system feels safe. You can feel life pulsing through you, never fear, never contraction, right? There's liberation. Even when you're afraid, and even when things are maybe difficult or terrible, you feel that expansion. And you feel your womb, especially. The false mother, on the other hand, there is tightness in the chest. There is that energy will stir up fear or guilt or shame. They work a lot with shame, demands and it controls. And her words might sound spiritual, but the energy leaves you feel like smaller, not free. And that's how to recognize it. So when you meet anyone in person or online who claims to speak the goddess, right? There's so many of these people right now, yet carries hatred, superiority, or punishment in their tone, pause and feel, does this expand my heart or close it? Because the true mother never asks you to shrink. She expands you into remembrance. And now again, it doesn't mean that if I'm serving the Divine Mother, I'm going to be all fluffy. Like, look at me, I'm not fucking fluffy. I'm going to say it as it is. I'm going to speak the truth as it is, even if it's fucking ugly and it's not pleasant for people to hear. But I'm still serving light. I will not let words come out of my mouth if they're not true. That's my commitment to the universe, to the mother. That's my commitment. So now she will not, remember, the mother she doesn't also take your shit, right? She's not all like, again, it's not the fluffy energy that we people have put on the Divine Mother. It's the mama bear too. It's like, I'm going to protect my children no matter what. So it's the dark feminine, not the shadow feminine. Again, I'm not talking about the shadow, manipulative, toxic feminine. I'm talking about the dark feminine. The dark feminine is a very divine, beautiful energy. That's the Lilith, right? Like we have Lilith and Eve. They're both, we have the light and dark feminine, which are both divine, both sacred, both powerful, but part of the same essence of the divine feminine. So the fierce mother who will become the most powerful force to protect her children. The dark feminine will mirror your deepest shadows, and you will have no choice to liberate yourself or drown in them, losing yourself in your own shadows, which you will project on those who embody the real divine feminine. This is very ironic. This is the irony, and I talk about it all the time. And again, this can happen with sisters. This I told you it's happened with many men that I've dated. It's like, if you, it's so ironic, and it just happens over and over again. Because again, women like me, we don't have to do anything, like literally just being there, like breathing, we are going to trigger people's deepest shadows. And if they don't face their shadows, what they're going to do is they're going to project it on us, and we're going to become the devil. But really, the devil was inside of them, but they just didn't want to see it. But it's okay. I'm used to it. You know, I can handle it. Embodying the mother's energy means practicing that every day, right? Every single day, and committing to living in this sacredness. It's learning to say, no, this is not love, but without anger. It's holding your light steady so the illusion dissolves in its own shadows. The more we each anchor her true frequency through kindness, boundaries, creation, the less room there is for the counterfeit version to exist. The darkness simply runs out of fuel, because again, the darkness feeds on the light. So this isn't about fighting anyone. It's about becoming the real thing so fully that the imitation cannot even survive. Okay? So let's talk about a few lessons from my spiritual attack, shall we? So the truth over distortion. One of the oldest tricks of the dark, and again, of the shadow, let's call it the shadow, is to imitate the light, to wear its symbols, speak its language, and twist its compassion into control. The Divine Mother, in her essence, is the frequency of creation itself. She is the womb that births galaxies, the ocean that receives and renews all. Her power is so infinite. It's infinite tenderness that protects life, not punishes it. And again, this is why I always say we have to stop using the word God, because that program, the old program of God, is a program of punisher, right? Like, you're not going to be good, you're not going to say, you're not going to do what we write in our books, our Bibles, and you're going to be punished by God. It's different. Source is not like that. The Divine Mother is not punishing. But when beings are disconnected from Source, they still crave that power. So they steal her image and wear it like a mask. But that mask never lasts. It always falls. And people like me can see right through it. So they speak her name, but their words drip with venom. They claim to serve her, yet their hearts are closed. They call their vengeance justice, their hate truth, and their curses protection, but that's not the mother. That's inversion magic. And these people, again, very bad karma is coming to these kind of people. Not just because of the bad energy and shadows that they're expanding in the world. They're not expanding light, they're expanding shadows. But also because they use the name of the Divine Mother to do so. That's even worse. So it's the same force that called witches evil and burned them at the stake, right? While burning the healers, like literally burning them alive, just because people could not look at their own shadows, and projected it onto divine women. And it is the same force that this woman who calls herself a witch, I don't know what she calls herself, like the voice of the feminine, ironically, but in fact, a servant of demonic forces. And I really feel, if you're listening to this, I'm sorry for you. Like, I'm worried about you. Like, she truly believes that she's right and is lost in her own projections. She's giving witches a bad name, right? Don't call yourself a fucking priestess or a witch. Like, you're giving us a really bad name. Because to be a witch means to be wise, right? The word witch literally comes from the word wit in Latin, which means wise. It literally means a wise woman. And what she's doing is the opposite of wise, the opposite of wisdom. And to be a true servant of the mother, and is to give our life to protect truth, is to give our life to light and to the mother, and to live in sacredness and honor. And there's nothing sacred and honorable about what this person did. I live to protect animals and children and wake up humanity. And again, people who attack, especially people like me, I'm not the only one. There are many people like me who are doing the real divine work, and it's not easy, and it's fucking hard, and it's lonely most of the time, and it's exhausting. But if you attack people like me, I'm just Bad things are coming to you, and not for me. I promise. I actually feel sorry for you. I kind of feel like I want to protect you because I know what's coming to you. So you see, someone like myself, we never have to curse. I never have to curse anyone. I don't want to curse, and I don't have to. I know that the universe naturally protects me because I protect so many here on earth. And people who try to hurt me simply because I mirror their deepest demons will simply have to face those demons in an even more powerful way if they refuse and project and curse me, whatever. So this is how it works for light warriors. So all the light warriors over there, you need to take this as a lesson, please. For those of us who serve truth and true sacredness, and this is not to brag, it's just simply the reality. Like, I'm not bragging here. I'm explaining to you how energy works, how life works. So it's the same distortion that turned sacred sexuality into shame and turned the power of creation into something to fear. It's the same dark masculine energy that this person also, calling herself a woman, but many women are embodying the dark masculine energy. It's not just for men. So women, usually these are women who are very much afraid of their own sexual power, that they demonized other sisters who, and use them as a scapegoat in this sick societal game, right? So, yeah, it's very sad. So the Divine Mother doesn't curse her daughters, she awakens them. She doesn't destroy, she dissolves what's false with love, so fierce it burns illusions without her harming any life. When you meet someone invoking her in hatred, you're not facing the mother, you're facing a shadow using her costume. Seeing that cruelty, seeing that clearly is your protection. So just because this is why I'm doing this video too, because knowing this and understanding what I'm saying right now, that's your protection, my dear light warriors, brothers and sisters. It's how you stay in truth without letting the poison enter your field, okay? So this is your initiation, right? So people like me, people like her who try to attack me, and trust me, she's not the first one, she's not going to be the last one. They're part of my initiation. I see her also as a gift. I see people like her as she's coming to me to remind me who the fuck I am, because we all forget sometimes. So it's not random, and it's and I take it as a gift, and I send you love. I honestly send you so much love, and not fluffy love. Like, I send you love. I see you going back to the womb of the mother and to the truth and sacredness and just purifying your heart and your soul and your mind so you can maybe hopefully think for yourself as well. So you are being invited to embody the true mother, where others have weaponized her image, so many throughout history. The false mother seeks obedience. The true mother births sovereignty. The false mother demands sacrifice. The true mother restores life. The false mother divides and curses. The true mother blesses and unites. So understanding the mind of those who hate and curse you, especially if you are a true light being on earth. Let's talk about a few very important points. So number one is truth over distortion. Anyone invoking any divine source at all to harm is acting from distortion, not divinity. The real mother energy, or the real source energy, creates, heals, protects. It never curses, like I said. Therefore, this attack was never about me. I know that. And it's never about you. It's about their shadow being projected onto your light. So I know this is not about me. And I know this woman is probably drowning in her own projections, rage, jealousy, fear, programming from the external world. And there's so many programming right now. Like, people that don't have a strong vessel and a strong mind are going to be completely taken over by the distortion and the programming of the dark forces. So maybe she was just mistaken, she got a little confused, and I feel sorry for her, and I hope she finds her way back to the divinity. So number two is visibility is initiation. So the moment that you rise in power, the universe tests your steadiness. This event marks a new level of visibility and spiritual authority for you. So if this happens, I'm giving you again what happened to me as an example for all light workers. If something like this happens to you, take it as an initiation. It's like, am I really ready to be visible, to use my voice, of being an authority in this world? And I say authority not in a form of control, it's an authority of like, I'm here to serve others and to serve the world. And the lesson is to hold our frequency no matter what is projected on us. This is a really important mastery, and she gave me an opportunity to practice that again. So, number 3, love doesn't mean access. You can feel compassion without allowing energetic or emotional entry to people. True compassion includes clear boundaries. Like I blocked her immediately. That's a boundary. But I don't hate her. I can't even be angry at her or hate her. Otherwise, it turns into self-sacrifice. Because again, we always have to catch ourselves. We always have to look at our own shadows, because even when someone else's shadows is going to be projected at us, it's an opportunity for us to look at our own shadows. So again, saying no or blocking someone can be a sacred act of love towards yourself, and we don't have to hate them. I can block a person and just keep sending them love. Now, number 4, safety is sacred. We're going to go back to blocking. Blocking, reporting, and documenting threats are, because she actually, threatened me. She actually threatened my life, and she's a complete anti-Semite. These kind of threats, they are like documenting this and reporting. It's a good act of self-respect and energetic hygiene. Okay, so just you honor yourself. You honor your incarnation by protecting it. Number 5, it's the ego test, right? Being misunderstood. Hatred and false accusation challenge the ego's need to be seen correctly. So again, this was my opportunity to check my ego. The deeper mastery is resting in self-knowing. You define yourself from within. Like, I know myself, and I'm not going to let external words or energies to distract me or to shake me up. I know who I am. The mother doesn't destroy her daughters again. She teaches them to grow. So your growth moment is, can you stay in the vibration of truth, love, and dignity, even when falsely accused or cursed, right? That was my question for myself. Can I still stay in that power, no matter what is thrown at me? That is really the mark of a real light priestess. Number 6 is cleansing through light and not battle. You win, right? If we just for the sake of conversation, like there's no win or lose, but you win not by entering the same frequency. So laughter, soul baths and prayers and gold, protecting yourself with gold light and grounding, and dancing, right? This all breaks psychic curses and hatred that comes through you, because laughter is really one of the best medicine for dark shadow demonic entities. So and I've done videos about that in the past. I think there's a video called like Silly Demons or something. A long time ago I did that. Number 7 is shadow mirror. Encounters with distortion are also invitations to soothe any part of you still afraid to be fully powerful, visible, or too much. Because, right, she came to me and she gave me a mirror and reminded me, wait, there is still a part of me, there's still a part of my shadow that's still afraid to be fully seen, to be fully heard. A part of me that thinks that she's too much. So she gave me such great medicine. Like, I'm so grateful. So healing that part, facing that part, having a conversation with that part of you makes you untouchable from within. So this brings me to another point, which again, I'm so grateful for all of you there who attack me. I'm more grateful for those of you who send me love and appreciation. I freaking love you. I need it more. Like, please, like, because people who love you are usually more silent, more quiet, and the haters are so loud. And I always try to write loving comments for people I really appreciate online, because they need to hear that again and again. So especially, this last, woman, she brought a new sense of empowerment with her hatred towards me and a new level of self-gnosis, which I acknowledge deeply. Our power and self-love always needs to expand. And when it stays still, maybe the universe sends you a hater sometimes to kind of shake you up and remind you who you are. So again, thank you. Now, number 8 is priestess initiation. This experience mirrors the global distortion of the mother archetype. How the false mothers destroy instead of nurture. And we see it even in actual mothers, like women who are mothers to children. Your role as a divine feminine is to embody the true mother, love with boundaries, light with clarity, power with compassion. Number 9 is anchoring sovereignty. Now, speak your spells of reclamation and remembrance. For example, I am safe. I am seen by the divine. No curse can touch me. I am the light that reveals all illusion. Something like that. You have to write your own spells because that's the best way to create spells. Number 10 is the alchemy. So I feel that I turned hatred into wisdom with this experience, and that's alchemy. And I transmuted hate into love and life force. Because think about it, hate is energy, it's still energy. And when someone like kind of throws hate at me in such a deep level, what they're doing is they're sending me their life force. So I can be afraid of like, oh my God, they're gonna hurt me, and I can kind of block it, which is also fine if you're in that state. But I'm like in a state of like, bring it on, because you're sending me life force. I'm going to receive it. And I know me, and I know that I'm powerful enough and protected enough and safe enough and light enough that I'm going to take that life force energy, transmute it, and turn it into love, turn it into power, turn it into truth. And this is, for example, one thing that I'm doing in this video. I am taking that hatred, using this video as a portal to transmute this hatred into knowledge, into gnosis. So this is real alchemy, okay? And it's like darkness, transmute it into gold, right? So I'm wearing my gold necklace here too today. So again, the emails and comments I received from this so-called witch or priestess or whatever included anti-Semitic hate speech and a threat. And encounters like this test whether you'll internalize hatred or remember who you are. The lesson isn't about the sender. It's not about her. It's about holding dignity and love even when confronted with prejudice and pure hatred. Standing calmly in your truth, which my truth, for example, now is being a Jewish, feminine, spiritual woman. Transmutes the poison, right? Because this is poison, but I'm going to transmute it into medicine. It shows that light doesn't need to fight darkness. It simply shines and makes it irrelevant. Please subscribe, like, and share so I can continue making these videos and share the work of the temple. And may the goddess bless you all.